Okay, post-game recap, Fremantle Dockers versus Sydney Swans, and what a win. Uh, Technically led from start to finish, which is awesome. Quick shout out to the boys and the 15 or so Freo supporters down at the local at the Empire. That was fun. And to be fair, the Bloods, I think they call themselves, the supporter group down there, some light-hearted banter all the way through, which was good, made the game worthwhile watching. So that was fun. But wow, what a game. Did not expect it. I'd be lying to you if I said that I was. And I think the boys really listened and paid attention to the rhetoric about how good the Sydney Swans were and how dominant they have been and how no team has been able to challenge them essentially, and that their midfield is the much vaunted group that have yet to be tested. And I think the boys took that challenge on, and it's amazing when the boys get the bit between their teeth and they're just ready to roll. It was amazing, and every player stepped up. First win against a top 8 side in 2024, which is awesome. And to start off by kicking the first 3 goals of the game, I thought, oh, we're on like Donkey Kong here, which was great. But contrasting styles. So I think from memory, Freo kicked 62 or so of their points from the defensive half, generated from defensive half, whereas Sydney, I think, kicked like 64 points or thereabouts from their forward half. So quite the contrast in the style, if you will. 7 goals in the first quarter and 5 goals in the third quarter. Huge effort from the boys away from home, and every player stepped up, which was just so good. And the midfield, I mean, Brayshaw, hello, 24 disposals, just the way that he works inside and quality work with hands, and just willed himself to get to where he needed to be, which is great. He got like 400 plus meters gained, which was good. So that was awesome. And also generated 4 inside 50. So his game was sensational. Sarong's game was sensational. 23 odd disposals, but he ended up with 7 or so tackles and 8 clearances or something like that. And it was awesome. And I think Fife's role as well, understated, but obviously played some tagging role on Heaney and kept him to, I think, could have been the closest to his lowest tally, Heaney, that is, throughout the season. But Fife played a great role, and got caught a couple of times on the other side, but gee whiz, his game today I thought was very team first orientated, and that made a massive difference with how we move the ball. I thought Darcy was massive. Darcy took the matchup against Brodie Grundy personally, and he brought the physicality. We talked about it on the Purple Rain, and he brought it. It was amazing. 35 hit-outs, a goal. Jackson, 1 goal, 2, amazing. 13 disposals, great. And again, proof that the two can work together. So hopefully we archive that one, because that's something to take into consideration. Sharp's 341 meters gained, 23 disposals was awesome. Some interesting kicks, but you know what? His drive was critical from the back line. Clarkey, fantastic from the back line. Ryan, fantastic from the back line. But wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about Drapes. Coming out game, this is by far his best game. There were times where you thought, is he going to hold up to the pressure? No Moose back there clearing the wilderness. But I tell you what, his game today, Drapes with 11 spoils. He had 6 one-on-ones, and of those 6 one-on-ones, I think he won 2. He neutralised 3, and he only lost 1. Hello, brilliant. Sturt kicking 3 goals, 1. Jai kicking straight, 3 goals. Tracy kicking 2 goals. Just important. And it's a weird stat to talk about, but Tracy marking 4 times, you think Is that a big stat? 4 marks isn't, but where did he mark the ball and when did we need him to mark the ball? Again, so critical. I could talk about the officiating, but I won't, because despite the best efforts of a very interesting fourth quarter where seemingly we were on the opposite end of some interesting calls, I thought the boys just played their game, played to their strengths, played their role. So cliche, but so true. And we led from start to finish, as I said before. It's technically the draw, and then the reverse Dockery Logan McDonald moment right at the end. And you could see, because we were talking about it, Footy and I were talking about it when the siren went, and the first thing Logan McDonald did, more or less, was look at the umpire and go, am I allowed to go out? Work. And he was focused on it a couple of times. I thought, oh, I don't know if he's too confident here, but I didn't expect him to spray out wide right. And the boys did really well to make sure it didn't go over for a point. Can you imagine? But yeah, that was awesome. So didn't expect it. The business cycle continues. The Freo cycle of love continues. The rainbow of love. Boy, oh boy, it sets us up for the rest of the season. And technically we're third as I'm recording this. So yeah, let's see what happens by the end. But yeah, just well done to the boys. So proud of their efforts. And even if they did drop it, the way that they play, that is Fremantle football through and through. And if we play like that against any team, anytime, anywhere, bank us in. I'm loving this. So yeah, 7 minutes of ranting, but yeah, awesome. Looking forward to the home game against Richmond. Let's go. Let's get the 40,000 up there. Plus, let's get the Wharfie Time shirts up there and get your jam donuts. That's the magic trifecta. Let's go Freo.